What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we got more work to do on Homer. So let me flip you around, show you where we currently stand, and then I've got a massive box over there that showed up from Summit today. And I think every day for the next 3 days, I've got a delivery coming. So it's just like, there's a lot going on. So let's see what we got. All right, so here's the current status of Homer today. I didn't film this, but we got the brake booster and master cylinder on. The Wilwood stuff just wasn't working out, so I went, we'll do that later. So I just went ahead and ordered NOS parts and put those on. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, we went ahead and ordered a longer harness. Got our MSD box flipped back around, so it is now facing the way it should be. Oh, we did get our new belt in. So we are set up as far as our belt goes. So we are good to go there. Everything lined up perfect with exception to the snout for the electric water pump. So I've got an extension coming for that, and that should be okay. Got our valve cover gaskets put in. I've got our bolts over there, so I will get them bolted down here shortly. So let's go over there and see what's in that big old Summit box. This is Busted Radial Garage. Let's get after it. All right, like I said, we got another delivery here from Summit, and today I've got you set up on a roll of paper towels, and I've got my phone leaned up against a pair of dikes. So hopefully that holds. Anyway, let's see what we got. I've ordered so much that, to be honest with you, I don't know what's in which box. You think I've ordered enough for a banner yet? I mean, really? Leave a thumbs up or a comment in the comments if, like, BRG deserves a big old Summit banner. Be good to have one hanging right up there. My Lord. Well, let's just get rid of those. I mean, they give me stickers. I mean, I've got stickers for days. Oh, the receipt. That's a keeper. And I got a $100 wine voucher that, I mean, I don't know. All right, so let's see what we got down in here. Good night, that's heavy. What we got? Oh, okay. So we got us a drive shaft loop. I think with the old Rip'ems we're going to be running, we're going to need it. So there's our drive shaft loop. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got our catch cans. Oh no, this is the overflow tank. My bad. And some stickers. So we got us a nice, a nice aluminum overflow tank. So we'll definitely get that mounted. We'll do that today. Actually, a lot of this is going to go in today. So we'll set that right there. My dipstick tube, that got snapped off, so now I got to take the fuel pump back off and put this in, which is fine. There's nothing wrong. It's on the floor. There's nothing wrong with doing work twice. Oh, this is my Quick Car safety disconnect. Part of the rules for this year is they're requiring us to have a electrical disconnect mounted to the back of the car where it can be easily seen by officials, which I get it, especially after, if you guys watch the LaMullets for Cleetuson cars, or Burnout Rivals now. Old boy caught his Blazer on fire and they couldn't get it out, and he had no disconnect. Well, for crying out loud, I'm dropping everything. So we got us a nice little, this will go on here, but got us a nice little disconnect. We're just going to mount it right into one of the tail lights of Homer. So it's kind of hidden, but they can still kind of see it, kind of thing, kind of. I mean, you kind of get it? Okay, cool. Okay, now this I think is catch cans, or a catch can and a kit, because, Homer's going to be just ripping it. Yep, so I'll open all this and show you to you when we put it in. Let me find one to put this. If any of you are thinking about buying new shelving for parts, Wildfire sells these things for about $5,000. They're supposed to lift your cars, but they also double as racking. So just throwing that out there. So do we need this anymore? Nope. This is a fancy box. Even got a handle on it. Now, if I'm thinking right, this is probably my most expensive purchase from this. Should be my trans cooler. And man, is that fancy. So John Cope, when I bought that transmission from him, said he wanted me to have a hog of a trans cooler. So we got us a nice trans cooler with its own fan. So we will definitely get that mounted. I'm assuming those are some stickers. All right, guys, let's get on with this episode. So what I'd like to do, to be honest with you, is get all this put on today. So let's just get to doing it. Let's get all this stuff put on. Let's go. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A cool part about not having this surround here is like the tires act as a chair. I mean, you always got somewhere to sit down. All right, guys, just wanted to show you what this kit came with. It came with your one catch can, your breather filter, 8 foot of hose, and then your fittings that thread into the catch can, which the hose hooks to. And then it came with 2 of these breather covers, 1 for each valve cover. I got that one installed, and then the other one is right here. So go ahead and pop that in. Get on there. All right, good deal. So then what I'll do is I'll attach a piece of hose to each one of those. Bring them over here. I'm hoping that it'll look good right there. Let's just find out. It's about the only spot I really got left. I'll move my MSD box around, but I think I might just reuse that hole that's right there and put it there, and then run, you know, my hose there into the other side. All right, cool. That's all mounted up. So now I'm putting in my fittings for my hose. I'll get down here and slap them on real quick, and then we'll run the hose itself, and then we'll move on to something else. Actually, pretty cool little setup. I like it. All right, guys, I got the catch can all hooked up, fully mounted. Got the hoses run over to the breather caps on the valve covers here and there. So now what I'm doing is fully mounting them. And so what I'm using is these factory wraparound. They're like a malleable bracket they used for electrical inside the cars of Chrysler. Here, I'll take you over and show you one. I don't throw anything away. So what I've got is a whole pile of these things. And what they do is they screw down into a floor or any surface, and you can bend them to whatever shape you want. So I'm taking them over on my vise over here, beating them back down flat, then repainting them and putting a shrink wrap or a heat shrink over the ends like they were factory. And I'm just using that to secure this hose to the firewall. And I mean, it's not going anywhere. And if I ever have to remove anything, I can just bend these back out and remove the hose. So kind of a cheap way to get this done, save a little bit of money, and use parts you already had. I mean, whenever you gut a car or anything else to do a project like this, save those things. Because if you go to order a pack of them from Summit, Jegs, your local Autoport store or whatever, that's $10, $15, $20, right? And it takes you just a couple seconds to rebend them back out, paint them, and reuse them. So let me get the rest of this done. I'll show you this completely finished, and then we're going to move on to that catch tank for the radiator. All right, guys, I'm back. Got a couple other little things done. Squirt and Kathy came home from school, so we sat down here and done about half an hour of family time. You know, just discussed everybody's day, so on and so forth. I'm sure you understand. So let me flip you around, show you what I've got done now, and what I'm getting ready to get into, and we'll tackle that. All right, so like I showed you a few minutes ago, all of this is done. And while I was talking to Squirt and Kathy, we went ahead and dug that old broken dipstick tube plug out of there. got our new one mounted. So of course during burnouts we'll zip tie this down so it can't come flying out. So that's tackled out of the way for now. And then what I'm getting ready to do is mount this overflow tank for my radiator. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and mount it on the firewall on this side, keep it out of the way. I gotta keep in mind of this area here on both sides because we're going to have bolted plates that bolt here, and then we're gonna have tubes welded to those that come down here on the frame rail and do the same thing. That way when we're working on the car, we got to change the engine or do whatever, we can unbolt it from the frame, unbolt it from the firewall and get rid of it. And then when we're running, we still have that additional support. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and mount this up on the firewall, get it there, and then I'm just gonna run my hose up over the booster along the frame rail up to here. And then this tank also has a petcock on the bottom, so when I'm running in the burnouts, I will open that petcock, and rather than it blowing a hose or blowing the lid off the tank like Linda does, all the steam will just come shooting out of the bottom of the petcock out onto the ground. If we get to that point, which I seriously doubt, because the cooling and fan power that we have on Homer, I think is going to be more than enough. But I'm just going to cover my base and install this, and then we'll go from there. Heck yeah, guys, there we go. Got our overflow tank mounted, and we still have enough room here for our bracket for this to come out and turn over, catch our frame rail. Same on the other side. It'll be a little more difficult with this hose here, but we can disconnect it, build the bracket, and then put it back on. But Homer is coming along, I mean, like right now. So really the only thing I got left up here to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the stacks with the tractor flaps. That's kind of Homer's thing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get those painted, get a new set of flaps because he destroyed his last year. And then get the brakes hooked up. That should be done. Get those bled. And then we got to get Homer on the lift. So once he's on the lift, we're going to go ahead and install the transmission, torque converter, drive shaft, trans cooler, get all that painted and cleaned up underneath there, run the fuel lines. And then as soon as my carburetors and linkage gets here, which is getting crazy, it's like 8 weeks now, we'll get those installed, and then we're going to be able to fire this old boy. And then we got to get him painted. We got to get his decals on. We still got a ways to go, but I think we've got, what, right around 40 some days left. So we're okay as long as the carbs and stuff get here. We still got to break the engine in. We still got to take him for a little test drive, test burnout, which is going to, that's going to be everything or nothing. And go from there. But look, guys, a short little video for you today. We've got a massive, and I mean massive, giveaway live Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's for subscribers and members. And some of the member stuff is insane. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you come out, hang with us. Bullcrap, it's always a good time. Just remember, if you want to win anything, you have to be a subscriber and or a member. Either portion, whichever you choose, okay? And with the amount of gifts we're giving away and the cost of some of these gifts we're giving away, we will verify it. So please, 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 please make sure you're subscribed or a member before the giveaway. All right, that's going to be it, guys. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.